This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description. Howdy, howdy, howdy everybody, and welcome to the Triple M Pulling Truck Series here at the last great Coliseum here at Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm Austin Knight, I'm joined by Peyton Hill, and you're here watching Racecraft TV. Peyton, it's a good night underneath the lights here at Bristol. How are you feeling about tonight, and what are you looking forward to today?
I'm definitely looking forward to some tight racing tonight. Bristol is definitely a technical track, and tire wear can lead to ending up in the wall. So I'm excited to see what these drivers are going to do to maintain their tires and try to make passes on this very tight racetrack.
Certainly is going to be a very tight race here today because Bristol, not a lot of places to move around, so it's going to be very physical. And well, it's a one-off for this year because I believe we're going to go to Dirt Bristol next time we ever come here this year, because that's what the Cup people are doing.
Yeah, iRacing did add their dirt configuration to this track.
Have you tried it yet?
I have. I am absolutely terrible at it, but the more practice I put into it, the better I will be when the official series start coming into it.
I have yet to hit the wall.
Oh, I know. I haven't hit the wall yet, but I've definitely slid out for sure.
To be fair, I haven't really left the pit lane.
Oh, well, there's your problem right there.
Well, I don't drive in circles.
That's true.
Qualifying is currently going on right now, so let's go out onto track right now and see at our current qualifying results. So currently on pole, it is Michael McKinnon of 1505 as we're looking at the number 9 Brady LaBeouf as he comes across the line to jump up into 5th place.
Yeah, qualifying is going to be huge tonight. I know that much as well because it's hard to pass here. Like I said, your tire wear goes down. It turns into a single lane racetrack. There's not a lot of room to move, and points are coming down to the wire here. Like I believe that there's a few people to watch tonight as I try to pull that up in a few moments. I'll let you guys know.
I do know that Chris Cinnamon is coming out of the pits right now, and he's going to take you all around a very quick lap here at Bristol high banks, and he's staying on that high side to get a lot of momentum coming out of that corner. Going to continue to stay on that high side through turns 3 and 4, then dip down low just a little bit to maximize the speed. Comes across the line for his first lap to put him in 18th place. Starting his second lap right now, already on the backstretch as I just finished that sentence. Starting into 3 and 4 right now. Pretty much identical to 1 and 2 because it is. The little wall tap and Cinnamon across the line to finish out his qualifying session to stay in 19th. That wall tap invalidated his lap time right there.
Yeah, tapping that wall, I believe we shed light on that a couple weeks ago, where if you touch the wall, it invalidates your lap time and ruins whatever lap you were going with, even if you just skim the wall.
And Mike Adamson, first lap goes into P5. This is going to be one to look out for. The 44-year-old from Sanford, Florida. Coming out of turn 4, getting very close to the wall, comes across the line. Adamson stays in 5th place. And speaking of Mike Adamson, let's go to Dale Adamson.
Yeah, Dale Adamson. I pulled up the points here. We have Bradley Wilson still in the points lead, without a win under his name on this series, but he does hold a very large points gap. The person that's on the cutoff is Michael McKinnon. He is currently 3 points below the cut line for the playoffs. Now, the person in front of him is Castleberry.
And look at our qualifying times right now. Michael McKinnon is starting up on pole currently.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. We're going to see a lot of stage points going to come into play. I will not be able to tell you what the points are going to look like after this.
And Clinton Castleberry is not in the session.
Yes, Clinton Castleberry is not running tonight, but McKinnon is only 1 point ahead of Dane Hagen, which means it's going to be a close battle for the...
Who is also... No, he's in the session. He's starting 3rd.
Yeah, so it's going to be a battle between them for the transfer position going into the playoffs and to get above that cut line.
As we're just looking at Chris Cinnamon getting a few more laps done right now. What's so good about racing at Bristol at night? The temperatures are always the same, and it's just that tire buildup is just so important here.
Tire buildup is definitely something you got to worry about, but it's not as bad as it would be during the day, so it does make it a little bit easier for these drivers.
And as everyone's lined up, let's take a look at our starting grid. It is Michael McKinnon starting up on pole ahead of Straight Cash Money, Taylor Peacock, Dane Hagen, Blake Lothian, Mike Adamson, Bradley Wilson, Brady LaBeouf, Robert Richards, Keith Bradley, Stephen Thomas, Tyler Daniels, Tyler Dittmer in 12th place. Followed by Dale Adamson, Cody Knott, Brendan Bullock, Dane Gallant, Stephen Gregory, Lance Miller, Jeff Sickles, Jonathan Munda, Chris Cinnamon, Joey Duquette, Eric Zimmerman, and Ben Ganoyski at the end of 24th place, with Zach Adams starting at the end of the grid in 25th.
Yeah, like we said, the one to look out for is not only Michael McKinnon and Dane Hagen, but Bradley Wilson is still not have a win, and I'm sure he's just as hungry for that win as all these drivers here. He might have the points lead, but to have a win is definitely something that you want to get.
Well, looking at the first driver on the cut line is Michael McKinnon, as the driver he's facing is not here. So Michael is in the playoffs, but can he stay ahead of the driver right behind him? And that will be Dane Hagen.
Dane Hagen. They are actually switching the lane that they want to start in, so this is going to be very interesting.
Ooh, Dane Smith. I think some people have missed the message right there, because right behind Michael McKinnon, everyone's just a little bit shuffling around, but that top line very fast around here as we ride on the back of the cab for Michael McKinnon. He doesn't use that window anyway. So we just stuck a camera right there. Looking back at the entire grid as we got another lap to go. But you can already see that little bit of rubber buildup from qualifying and practice. But some of these guys burning up the tires as they go from a standing start. And that is a very good strategy to get some more rubber on this race course. And get a good launch going on.
Yeah, we see that Bristol is an interesting track because of the high banking. I do believe it has the same banking as Talladega. And they might not be able to hold it wide open here because of how tight the corner is, but they do have the run coming off the corner on the outside.
Dual pit roads.
Oh, yes.
Well, Pace Sedan is up, green. And it's green here at Bristol for the Triple M Pulling Truck Series.
Now we look here. Michael McKinnon was a pretty decent
Dan
start.
Hagen, absolute horrific start. Fell down to 6th right there. And spins around. Taylor Peacock is in the pit lane. 4 wide.
Almost 5 coming down into turns. Whoa. Look at Bradley Wilson still looking for a win here. Now trying to battle for a top 3, I believe.
Yeah, he's battling out with Robert Richards right now. Wilson, a little bit too aggressive at the start. Just trying to get those tires ready and worked in as he's just staying behind Richards right now, sitting in 4th place. Good job by him. Michael McKinnon is put in the fastest lap. That puts him up. Well, still keeps him in 1st, but Dane Hagen is falling down the track. He's in 14th now.
Yeah, he's actually struggling a little bit. This is not what you want to see when you're trying to get into a points championship. You watch all these drivers come through this front straightaway.
Back to our battle for 3rd place between Richards and Wilson. Wilson got beside Richards for a little bit, but Wilson stayed ahead off that straight. We got a big train of cars of Richards, Wilson, Addison, Thomas, Dittmer at the back of this 5-car train.
Yeah, but we know that Bradley Wilson, he's pretty decent at these short tracks, and he showed that he was really powerful back at Richmond, but he just couldn't get it done. But so is Blake Lothian. He's sitting up there in 2nd place already. Just losing a little bit of time to McKinnon, but
he ain't dealing with this fight behind him, and I'm going to be honest, you're glad. And we got a big crash. Eric Zimmerman is stopped on track right now, and that is one beat-up car, and this is what happened.
And it looks like he's running the top.
16 came up and just tapped him right there. Ben Ganoisky got an absolute hit from Jonathan Munda. So the 16 of Joey Duquette, the one responsible for that collision. And let's ride on board of him.
Yeah, maybe he just thought he was clear and he was not. Ooh, very close for Ben Ganoisky. And
yeah, just drove up right into him.
Oh, and then a 30 took a pretty decent hit from the rear.
Well, first caution is out right now. Michael McKinnon sitting up there on pole position in 1st with Blake Lothian and Robert Richards behind. Dane Hagen trying to claw his way back up from 15th. You're here watching Racecraft TV. We'll be right back after these messages. This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description. Welcome back to Racecraft TV. We are back here live. Lights are out on the pace car. I believe that is a Buick ahead of him.
Man, we've been arguing about this since they added it. It's clearly a BMW. No,
it's a Cadillac. It's not a BMW. As the Tesla pulls off, Michael McKinnon takes the green flag. We're back to green flag racing here. Immediately stays onto that top line as all the trucks are screaming around right now, but McKinnon's getting a little bit of struggle right beside him as we're revving it around here at Bristol.
Yeah, look at these two very strong short track racers, Blake Lothian and Bradley Wilson, side by side for second place, but the top lane does have the advantage. It's per line here. It looks like Bradley Wilson's going to get it. Now Bradley Wilson is set his sights on the leader, Michael McKinnon. See, we have a win would be huge for McKinnon tonight to get into the playoffs and to show that he's not messing around for the rest of the season. But same with Bradley Wilson, who has the points lead. Just no win under his belt.
Yeah, top of the playoff tables versus bottom of the playoff tables. Both of them looking to, keep going with themselves. Tyler Dittmer struggling with Keith Bradley on his inside. And Keith Bradley holding it down low on the number 4.
That run coming off the top of the corner just is so powerful. The only way that you're going to be able to make a pass is, very
here
close.
We go.
You got to almost send it so deep into the corner and hope they make a mistake. We've been watching. Oh, and Dittmer got into the wall there. So,
and Bradley gave it a slide job. What a nice block by Bradley, and now Dittmer struggling with. That is Gregory right behind him.
And now, Dittmer watched what happened. He probably got a little scared and tapped that wall, which slowed him down a significant amount of speed coming out of the corner, which gave Keith Bradley the opportunity to move up into the.
Look at this fight, LaBeouf and Taylor Peacock.
Yeah, side by side here for, I believe, 6th.
Yep, Peacock and LaBeouf, both of them swapping spots. And look at the number 8 of Mike Adamson. He's just watching this fight. He's got the best seat in the house.
Adamson now got to the top of Taylor Peacock. That's going to be tough to get away from with how strong this outside lane has been. Oh, as we look up in front, look at Bradley Wilson and Blake Lothian on each other's bumper.
Ooh, Adamson looked down low, and he tried to take that, but he's really in a traffic jam situation right here. And into the wall goes LaBeouf. Big incident. Taylor Peacock into the wall. Big crash. Chris Cinnamon's into the wall as well. And Ben Ganoisky hits Cinnamon. And that is Cody Knott as well crashed.
Oh, there's a lot of drivers that just got involved there.
Let's get a replay of this.
Yeah,
so LaBeouf gets into the wall, hits Taylor Peacock. Peacock hard into the wall. Came up into Stephen Gregory right there.
Oh, they were wrecking
Cody Knott?
before.
That's the 26 and Cody Knott already wrecking. Or was that Zach Adams? No, it was Cody Knott.
Played it beforehand and just got ended.
Here's a view from Cody Knott. Oh, he got killed from behind. Cody Knott got hit from behind. I believe that was by Zach Adams. Yep, Zach just completely didn't even break for there. Cody Knott went for a ride. And the 93 of 93 got turned around. That would be Tyler Daniels. So we go back to back to live pictures here in Bristol. Man, that was a pretty hefty crash.
Yes, that was a unfortunate event for a few of those drivers, especially for those who saw the wreck and tried to slow down.
Well, we made
Some
it.
drivers,
We made it 15 laps this time.
that is definitely the reason why you look ahead.
Well,
when
it's
you're
also the
driving.
reason why you have the radio on in case somebody says wreck turn 2, and the guy behind you just doesn't brake.
Oh, see, that's the problem there. You're thinking of road racing drivers. They actually will call those out. See, NASCAR drivers don't. They say you're on your own. I did hear a few people call out on the radio saying that there was a wreck, but that was just way too late after it was gone.
You clearly never raced road. No one calls out wrecks on road.
I've been in a few that they call out wrecks, and they're easier to avoid because normally they're in the grass.
Which series were you in?
IMSA.
Wow. No. Don't.
Yeah, but I was bottom split IMSA.
Okay. Yeah, those are
the whole time.
Yeah, those are those guys. The top people don't talk at all.
Yeah.
If it is, it's to call somebody a massive wanker.
Yeah.
Which I've been called multiple times. And guess what? I don't care.
Hey, just water on the back.
Well, when they don't know the iRacing sporting code, it's a little bit more funny.
Yeah.
Blue and yellow flag doesn't mean I have to let you by. A solid blue flag does.
Means
Advice from an actual guy who's been given a blue and yellow flag in real life.
All right, so look at this. We have Michael McKinnon on the outside, Bradley Wilson, and Blake Lothian's nose to tail.
None of these drivers have went into the pits.
Yeah.
Also, I hope you guys enjoy our scoreboard cam. We're back to green. What a start by McKinnon. And look at Lothian. He's getting a good run as well. Wilson's staying on that bottom line. That bottom line might actually work on this first 2 laps. You know, it's shorter. Not everyone's built up that momentum right there. McKinnon defending on that middle line. And the battle for third between Robert Richards and Blake Lothian side by side as well as Wilson and McKinnon trying to pull away. Robert Richards trying to pull away as well. McKinnon favoring that bottom line right now going through turns 1 and 2, but decided to stay in the medium line for 3 and 4. Everyone's starting to dip lower down the tracks. We enter lap 32.
Yeah, that top line's just showing a huge advantage coming off of the corner. And once you're in line, it's really hard to pass unless someone makes a mistake.
Richards is wide. Wilson is wide. Here comes Richards down low. Lothian's right behind, staying on that high line. This is risky. Here comes Lothian.
Look at Lothian on the top, making it work. See, the top side is just such a big advantage going down these long straightaways. This high banking makes it a 1-lane racetrack all the way around the track. But these two, Blake Lothian and Bradley Wilson, always seem to find each other every race up here in the front.
There comes Blake. Looking down low once more. He's off momentum. But I say if he stays down there, he could try to force Wilson into the wall into a little bit of a mistake. But not give him a full-on Jeff Gordon bump and run.
No, you definitely don't want to do that, as it's not the cleanest thing but in NASCAR, we do see it every once in a while. I haven't seen any of that, though, in this series, so... clean group of drivers here.
Lothian's got a nose on Wilson. He stays like this for at least 2 more laps. I say he's got it. He's got a very solid line down low.
Yeah, Lothian's found some momentum down there on the bottom, and look at Robert
Wilson
Richards.
into the wall.
Ooh,
he squeezed him off the exit right there.
Yeah, it's very, very tight battle here. See how big the run is coming off of the corner. You got to make it somehow stick coming off the corner here.
Lothian's got a big lead now. Half the car length. Staying down low. He's got a full car length. He's going to come off the track. Lothian up in a second.
That's huge for here. Now Lothian's got to find his way. And look at Robert Richards. He's going to do the same thing. Richards
is hunting that spot. And now he's got Stephen Thomas looking down low.
Stephen Thomas might be able to make it work. I'm curious what could have happened. Maybe he got into the caution comes out. Who was it? Oh,
that is a stage.
Oh, that is a stage. Okay. Whew.
Stage 1 is over. Michael McKinnon wins it here for the Triple M Pulling Truck Series, getting himself some more points and getting himself into the playoffs and more points ahead of Dane Hagen, his closest rival behind him. You're here watching Racecraft TV. We'll be right back for the start of stage number 2. Welcome back to Racecraft TV. We are back here live at Bristol for the Triple M Pulling Truck Series, and your eyes are not deceiving you. Your stage winner is restarting in the second row. Robert Richards and Blake Lavian are your now front row, and I'm not sure what the heck's happening right here. You got the 46 exiting pit row right now. Number 3 wide on the pace lap. But yeah, what a pit stop by Robert Richards and Blake Lavian.
Yeah, they it might have been McKinnon might have gotten a speeding penalty.
He might have. He just let Wilson by.
Oh, he did get a penalty because he didn't enter pit road correctly.
Oh no!
Can you get a replay on that real quick?
No, I don't.
Okay, well,
that is so unfortunate for our race leader trying to get into the playoffs. And now you know who this is going to be extremely good for?
Dane Hagen.
Dane Hagen, as he passes him on the outside. Dane Hagen, if he takes his stage points, win. And if McKinnon doesn't finish within the top 10 in this next stage, when we hit lap 80, and Dane Hagen is in the top 10, he still has a chance. And if Dane wins the stage, oh man, we're back to square one, which is 1 point separation.
It's going to be close. I'm curious to see how this is going to end up.
Well, we're all restacked and re-racked. It's time to go here at Bristol.
And look at Blake Lothian with an amazing start coming off of there. Almost half a second lead coming off the corner there.
More than half a second lead as he's just all in his own shot as Robert Richards trying to chase him down, followed by Bradley Wilson, Stephen Thomas, Brittany Loba, Dan Gallup, Mike Adams, and Keith Bradley. Dan Hagen coding on to Eric Zimmerman, the first sight that of side-by-side battle in the battle for 9th place. They're followed by Tyler Timmer and Zach Adams. Zach Adams is actually lapped down. And big slide for the 94. 94 locks at the brakes, gets back on track, comes back down, no caution.
No yellow out just yet. I'm curious to see what happens. Good. Man, that could have been real bad for our pole sitter from the beginning of the race, McKinnon. Yeah, that could have been real bad. He started coming up right in front of him, but thankfully he held his brakes, and McKinnon's still on the charge to try to get back to the front.
Yeah, McKinnon staying down there at 15, trying to pull away. We got a car. Well, that's Brady LaBeouf.
Brady LaBeouf now getting passed by the 39 of Dane Hagen.
We got a bit. Look at the back end of LaBeouf. Absolutely caved in.
That car could possibly not be driving straight. He's struggling coming around some of these corners. It looks like he's getting the hang of it once again.
Look at this fight. Keith Bradley going down to the inside. Keith Bradley making it work. Remember, Keith Bradley won last week's race. Didn't win it in reverse, but he did win it.
Yes, he did win it.
And he was over the moon at that win. Another good fight. Look at this one. Michael McKinnon and Joey Duquette. Duquette looking on. Michael McKinnon trying to be a little help for Dane Hagen up there in 8th place.
Yeah, he's moving into the top 15 now from starting pretty much back into top in, like, I think 18th. It's pretty deep. He's made up a few spots. There are a lot of cars that are damaged back here, as you can see. Like the 93 of Tyler Daniels. I don't know if he's damaged at all, but looks like McKinnon just has a way better line than he does.
Look at Cody Knott right ahead of him.
Whoa!
Oh, Daniels! Oh, I thought he lost it, but he saved it right there.
Yeah, very close call from Michael McKinnon there.
Let's take a look at our playoff hopeful. Dane Hagen staying low. Brady LaBeouf. And LaBeouf, even with that damaged car, after wall riding for an entire turn, managed to claw his way back around the outside of the 39. And LaBeouf's back into 8th. And also, let's don't forget about our overall fight. We got Robert Richardson in 2nd, Bradley Wilson in 3rd with Stephen Thomas in 4th place. And Thomas right on the bumper, a little bit of contact between them.
That was a very close call there. That could be devastating for some of these drivers if any type of lag or net code happens, or you touch that left rear.
I can tell you one thing. The Toyota racing department is having a little bit of a nervous moment right now because it's 2 Toyotas battling each other.
Yeah, that's definitely a scary moment there.
And Dan Gallant and Dan Hagen going side by side. Gallant around the outside. Hagen going low. Hagen's got a good run. Gallant around to the outside trying to hold it off on the speed. He's got a little bit of speed by that front wheel, but that low line making it work for Dane Hagen. Hagen up into 8th.
Yeah, look at Michael McKinnon. He's making his move up past Tyler Dittmer.
And next target is Zach Adams.
And he sees that points position up right ahead of him. It's very, very close. Oh, Bradley Wilson's fallen a spot.
Yeah, he's side by side. They got lap cars ahead of him. Oh, and Wilson trying to make him move around to the outside, but then it's blocked, and Thomas goes down low. Wilson gets tapped. Wilson is sliding. Wilson somehow saved it.
Beautiful save by Bradley Wilson. Wow, very close.
Oh, and he gets blocked by the 24 right there, entering that corner. That's going to separate them for Keith Bradley and Stephen Thomas. My goodness. That's one thing that Bristol brings that no other track brings. The lap traffic here brings such a big playing point. So we're halfway through stage number 2.
And look at these drivers, very close battling here. The patience is huge for some of these drivers to just wait for something to happen.
Michael McKinnon into the top 10 now.
He's moving forward slowly but surely.
Still behind Zach Adams, though. Something happened to a car ahead of him. I believe Tyler Dittmer might have had an issue with maybe a lapped car being stuck on that outside lane. Dan Gallant, Joey Duquette battling side by side as well.
Yeah, that bottom lane is starting to look very powerful as the race goes a little bit into the run.
Our fight for third place between Stephen Thomas and Keith Bradley.
Yeah, very close battle here. Their lap times are looking very similar.
Oh, and Hagen's caught up to LaBeouf again. Hagen's looking for 7th. LaBeouf's in the wall. Hagen down low. Hagen into 7th place.
And McKinnon just made his way into 9th now. Ooh, it's definitely a chase that he's trying to make up here. The amount of time lost.
Yeah, he's got a slower lapped car, and that is Jeff Sickles. McKinnon just murdered Jeff Sickles. Caution is out. That was a hoot of a hit. Jeff had clear ground, and then here comes McKinnon, and Jeff just comes out the track just a little bit. There was a little bit of a gap right there, but he was just unaware that McKinnon was closing in that far.
Whoa.
And Jeff out of this race. Engine is a smoking, and caution is a waving, and we are back underneath yellow. We're going to get the field back together, but man, caution is out with only 6 laps left in the stage. I think we're going to be ending the stage right here with Blake Lothian taking the win.
Well, we could be, but I'm not completely sure on how that works.
I remember in Talladega we had this situation where we went to green for 1 lap, then we brought it back out for a caution, and they said that they're never going to do that. So I think we've reached that situation. I'll let you listen to radios, and I'll let our audience you know, sit back, relax, get a little refresh as we get ready for the start of potentially stage number 3. Welcome back to Racecraft TV. We're back here live at Bristol Motor Speedway for the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. The lights are out of the place car. Lothian and Richards are your top 2. We had 2 takers into the pit lane. Brady LaBeouf went into the pit, so I do believe we're going to have a little bit of a shootout for the end of stage number 2. Who do you have your money on?
I don't know. Blake Lothian's been huge, and it's not going to be a lot of laps, I don't believe.
2.
Yeah, we're going to have 2 laps, so Blake Lothian knows how to, he can stay in front for these 2 laps, so.
Well, back to green flag racing. Here we go! This are right here. Robert Richards starting up, down low. Stephen Thomas getting a really good restart. And woo, Keith Bradley is giving him some business.
And Keith Bradley's looking strong. He was pretty deep in the field earlier on tonight, but he always finds his way up into these top 5 positions as he gets towards the middle of the race.
Lothian coming around that final turn right now, going to bring out the green and white flag. Big off from Robert Richards. That back end kicked out really far wide. This is going to allow Steven Thomas to offer up a chance for second place at the end of this stage. Gets into the bumper a little bit for Robert Richards. One turn to go. Richards, can he do it? Yes, he can. And I believe caution should come out, and that is stage number 2. Blake Lothian takes stage number 2. You're watching the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. We'll be right back for the start of stage number 3 for real this time.
This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
Welcome back to the Triple M Pulling Truck Series on Racecraft TV. We have Brady LaBeouf, who stayed out off of this on this restart. He's the leader now.
Well, technically he didn't stay out. Remember what I mentioned after the first caution, well, a few laps ago, that he was the only one that went to the pits. So he went to the pits early to give himself a good chance to take this at the end of the race. And, well, that's what he's done. But, you know, if we're looking at his truck right now, it's a little bit banged up. LaBeouf is not the first car in line. He's the number 9 on that outside. But we did see him have a little bit of impact with a few walls around the time. But, hey, when you got that clean air in front of you, it just gives you that little bit more confidence.
Definitely. I agree.
And update on Dane Hagen and Michael McKinnon. Well, they're side by side with each other.
Oh man, that's a lot of pressure to be side by side with someone in that sense. Who, I believe McKinnon still has the lead when it comes to.
Oh, he does. See, he scored points. Oh, we aren't even talking about points, are we?
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Points.
Yeah, he scored points last time by. Dane Hagen also scored points, so tried to close that gap. He closed it just a little bit, but McKinnon still put in more points, even capitalizing on that top 10, well, the stage 1 win, while Dane Hagen didn't even score points that first stage. So what Hagen needs is McKinnon to not finish this race, I would say, or finish all the way down, a lap down, and himself to finish in the top 10. That's the only way I see Michael McKinnon not getting into the playoffs. As lights are out on the pace car, let's get ready to go green, green, green.
Look at Brady LaBeouf running that outside lane, getting a decent gap here. He has both lanes behind him. Blake Lothian moving up onto the top lane here. With Keith Bradley and Bradley Wilson, they always seem to find each other. Like I said in a couple minutes ago, they always put up some good fights.
Wilson and Richards! Wilson went into the wall. Richards gave it a little bit of run to the points leader. And there's Michael McKinnon. What a restart McKinnon had!
Yeah, McKinnon had a huge advantage off that restart, making a bunch of passes that he needed. got in front of Dane Hagen, the person he needs to beat in points, and now he's working on and getting his way back into that top 5 where he was at the beginning of this race.
Tyler Daniels and Dan Gallant side by side with each other.
And look at Tyler Dittmer waiting for something to happen back there. I believe he was stuck in some sort of incident early on in this race, so where he's sitting is very impressive.
Dimmer's got a good run off that back straight, going on to the outside line, side by side for both of them.
I saw a little bit of smoke in the air, but
yeah, somebody must have had a little bit of connection issues. But side by side for the lead, Lothian and LaBeouf.
yeah, if Lothian can make it off of this corner, he's not clear just
Always
yet.
hit the wall a little bit. But that gave him actually a pretty good run heading into that corner, so it's going to be
Ooh,
hitting
maybe one more
him a
corner.
little bit. But LaBeouf falls down to second.
Yeah, now Blake Lothian needs to make it work, get as much momentum as he can
Ooh.
coming out of the corner. Oh, checked up the 9 of Brady.
And Brady's going to be falling down some more. So he falls all the way down to 4th place. And now 5th place as Robert Richards goes down to the inside of him.
Yeah, Robert Richards making his way back into the top 5, and now he's in 4th. Look at McKinnon looking inside the top 5.
Here
from the
comes
outside.
McKinnon for 5th. McKinnon's got him.
Wow, those 5 laps of tires really make a difference here.
Dittmer and Gallant still going on with each other. A little bit of touch.
Yeah, some very close calls. Tight racing here at Bristol.
And look at that. That's Cody Knott. Remember Cody Knott? He got a heavy hit from Zach Adams at the end of one caution. Went skipping around the track. Took a little bit of a big hit. And he's up there in 10th.
Yeah, that's making the most out of your situation right there. As much as you want to like stop and give up after being in a wreck like that, look at him. He's not giving up, and he's just making an effort to keep staying in the top 10 here. As Tyler Dittmer and Dan Gallant go side by side here.
Yeah, they're still continuing this little dance with each other. Dittmer's got an advantage. Then Gallant's got the advantage. Then back to Dittmer. Then Gallant. Back to Dittmer. Serve.
Dittmer.
Heel. Toe. Heel. Toe. Dittmer. 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 Dittmer into the hole. Dittmer up into 11th.
Look at Stephen Thomas, Keith Bradley, all these leaders up here who... Michael McKinnon now looking up. He's actually got the closest gap here and making the most effort on Robert Richards over there.
Yeah, McKinnon back into striking distance for that overall win. And what a big statement that would be for Michael McKinnon to get into the playoffs, secure a spot with a win to our championship leader, Bradley Wilson, who's down in 8th place, who is leading the points, but has not won a race.
I'd have to look at the standings. Taylor Peacock is wow. Bradley Wilson's total points is 475 points. And Taylor Peacock's total points is 420. That is a big gap.
Oh, and Wilson
I'm
into the
hearing-
ball. Tires going, and that's Stephen Gregory's going slow. And that's the 24 as well of Lance Miller. No caution.
Yeah, no yellow coming out. That was a very close call for some of those drivers.
That's
Curious what happened. Oh,
Jinx.
touched the apron?
No.
No.
Oh. Surprised both of them stayed below the grade area. But we're still green flag racing.
Yeah, Michael Adamson is now Bradley Wilson.
Here
Putting the
comes
pressure
Wilson.
on here to the bottom.
Wilson down low. And the overtop designs car comes over the top,
contact.
gets tapped by Wilson, and he's
Oh, he's
sliding.
back on the
He's
track.
slipping. He's in the wall.
Oh, that was a close call there for Michael. That was Wow. Oh, I'm hearing more wrecking. I don't know where, but
I feel like you have PTSD or something.
no, I hear it. I hear it.
I don't hear it. I feel like you're crazy.
I'm not crazy, I promise.
I feel like I need to put you into a sane ward.
It's fine. Blake
It's not
Lothian.
fine. You're
holding on to
scaring
the
me,
lead.
Peyton. You're scaring me. Lothian. Ooh, little bit of loose right there. But he does have Lance Miller ahead of him. And remember last time Miller had somebody behind him that had a big run. It wasn't the most aware driver out there. But that did bunch up our leading three as we go underneath 40 laps to go. Remember, we still have to go into the pits.
Oh yeah, we do have a green flag pit stop awaiting us if this race goes green.
Which we have not. I believe this is the first time we've gone 40 laps green flag.
In this race, yeah. That is. Oh, look at the
Ooh, Jonathan Monda diving down low.
heavy lap traffic. Where do you have that little track map? Oh!
Yes, oh! Big hit for the CGE machine of Dan Gallant. And he's blocking Thomas. Thomas
Oh!
going to have to eke his way around the outside.
They're losing a lot of time to Lothian there.
And Keith Bradley gaining a lot of time, but a little bit tricky for them. And yes, I do have the track map, but it's not going to give you that much information.
It gives you enough information to know that the leaders are actually coming up on a pack here. Not it's a pack of two, but there is a decent pack in front of that two that can cause some problems. So
Yeah, it's called the dancing dots of doom in my 60 driver fields on Sundays. And look at this fight. What's happening in here?
oh,
Ooh,
contact! That was very
Zach
close.
Adams.
Very tight racing. It makes me wonder: are we even going to see these green flag pit stops? It could happen, but this tight racing is just asking for something to happen.
Well, we haven't gone green for 40 laps yet. Everyone went 42 to 40 last time by, and well, that's just our leaders. We just hit lap 36. LaBeouf has been out there for 42 laps, 43 laps. And remember, he went into the pits before the stage started.
Those extra 3 laps there, or I don't know how many laps, 7 laps, I believe, make it huge for the. Oh, contact with Dale!
Oh, three wide through this
wide.
corner.
And that's our leader, Blake Lothian. Not knowing where to go, going to the bottom.
Lothian looking on the inside of Dittmer, putting him a lap down. 13 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, now working on the 93 of Tyler Daniels.
And he's going to go down low. Daniel's going to stay up high. 12 cars on the lead lap.
Ooh.
And 11 cars on the lead lap as he gets at Cody Knott right there.
Yeah, now Blake Lothian has a little bit more breathing room on those.
Yeah, Keith Bradley, he's now at the back of all this, and he's got Adamson and Dittmer on his inside and then outside, and he's gonna just try to get down low. And also, he's got Stephen Thomas as well behind him, and he's trying to let this traffic move for him and create that gap, and he's made that gap work right there with Stephen Thomas stuck behind Dittmer.
Wow, some tight racing, especially
Look
with the
at
lap
Thomas!
cars. Oh,
Thomas, big dive down low.
trying to make up time through these lap cars is definitely crucial when it comes to a track like this.
Is that Dane Hagen? That is Dane Hagen. I didn't know that Panda scheme. That is not Dane Hagen. No, that was,
No, it's
that was
not.
a different Panda. Dang you, Panda Sports. You're always confusing me on who's your driver.
NASA.
The 46. Oh, that's Adamson.
Yeah. Oh, look at McKinnon made it around Robert Richards, but now he's got to find a way to make it past these lap cars.
Well, McKinnon knows how to get around a few lappers. He's the Adam of the series. He can do it either two ways. One, get around them cleanly. Two, force them out of the way. Three, just use that magic admin button. 22 laps to go.
I'm looking running the top here. Where's oh. Keith Bradley's got to make up a lot of time here if he wants to catch Blake Lothian.
Caution is out. Dale Adamson. Sideways.
Oh, no.
And
ran the top.
well, he's on the outside of Mike Adamson. And oh, they made contact with each other. But Dale smacked the wall, comes back out on the track with 20 laps to go. Caution is out here at Bristol. And we're going to stay live looking at our leaders. And they're going for green flag pits.
Yellow, whatever.
They're going into the pit lane. They're diving into the pits. And Bradley Wilson, first driver into the other pit lane. So Wilson might have a good run out of there. But Blake Lothian and McKinnon. McKinnon put his on pole, but McKinnon's missed his pit box. So advantage Lothian. Lothian gets out of the pits. Followed by Bradley. Thomas. Adams stays out. Adams got to go to the blue line, but it does not get there. As Zach Adams going to be starting behind Stephen Thomas and Keith Bradley. Blake Lothian is your leader. Well, as the yellow flag is out, we're going to go for a little bit of a short shout out to our sponsors over at Artesian Builds.
This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV. 17 laps to go here at Bristol after our sixth caution of the night. Blake Lothian is sitting at the front spot ahead of Keith Bradley as a pace behind our
Audi R8. No.
No. Our Saab pace car. 3, 2, 1. What is a Saab? The greatest joke in the greatest car in the world for architects. Do you know what a Saab is?
I'm going to continue with Blake Lothian holding the lead off this pit cycle. Clear to the end. Lights are off on the pace car, and they got to get ready to go here. Keith Bradley, now that they're all restacked close together, might change how these drivers react to certain situations. They might not give as much leeway to others that want to do slide jobs or whatever.
It's got a grill of a Toyota, kind of. An old school Toyota. Well,
green flag. Green flag comes out. Blake Lothian, huge lead. Point almost.
Oh, Keith Bradley, bad off right there. McKinnon looking down low. McKinnon and Bradley.
Tag.
Bradley into the wall. Bradley, big hit. Bradley's around. Caution is backed out. Bradley gets tagged.
That could be everything for Keith Bradley there. Coming from a win off of last week, that might have just lost his hopes for another top 3 finish tonight.
Let's watch this from Chris Cinnamon's point of view. Got on the brakes, and he sees Keith Bradley, old friend of his, and both of them not so happy. And let's round board Keith Bradley. Might see him get a little bit of a tap right here. Ooh.
Yeah, just a little bit more contact right there. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, tough hit there. And that was very unfortunate for Keith Bradley there. Ooh. That was hands.
Yeah, moving those hands around. Well, 7th caution of the night. We're going to go commercial free. I really need an echo.
You should get an echo button.
Well, that would just be absolutely crazy. But 7th caution is out. Blake Lothian up on the front row with Stephen Thomas and Michael McKinnon right behind him, followed by Dane Hagen.
And Dane Hagen getting some love taps from the 51 of Bradley Wilson.
I don't think Wilson's that pleased with Hagen after might be on that restart, so he might be getting a little bit of advice from the 51.
Heard someone say that their screen went black, and then I heard a crash right after. Not completely sure, but
Dan Gallant, I think that might be.
Oh.
Let's see if this happened to Dan Gallant. See if he just pulls off somewhere. Yep, Dan.
Oh,
straight into the wall. Also,
went
Bradley
black.
Wilson just reportedly just crashed. But I feel like he's just dropped below by minimum speed. So Wilson has had a rough day. But, you know, he's still sitting in 6th place. We had 10 laps to go. Hey, do you like gladiator fighting?
I know of gladiator fighting, and I am not the most. I'm okay with it, yes.
Well, you know they fight in the Coliseums. Well, we're about to have a multi-gladiator fight here. And the last great Coliseum left on Earth, Bristol Motor Speedway. 9-lap shootout. Who's it going to be?
Blake Lothian's been huge on these starts, but can McKinnon make it work? He was the pole sitter, which we know he can throw down those lap times and get into the spot that he needs to get, but Blake Lothian's just been so hard to beat tonight. I'm going to have to go with Blake Lothian.
I'm going to say Blake Lothian's not going to be winning this race. I think Michael McKinnon has a little bit tricked up his sleeves. But we're going back to green. Here at Bristol, it's a great start by Lothian. Robert Richards immediately covers up Michael McKinnon, and Stephen Thomas looks out to the inside. Michael McKinnon gets a good speed off the exit, and here goes Bradley Wilson on the outside of Stephen Thomas. Side by side they go. Bradley Wilson gets a big spin. Bradley Wilson trying to save the tail, and he does save it right there. Michael McKinnon and Stephen Thomas still sitting 2nd and 3rd. Robert Richards actually sitting in 2nd, but in front of 3rd place Michael McKinnon. But here comes Michael McKinnon. Look at the speed that he's got right there. As Blake Lothian, he's got a big gap to the cars behind him. 6 laps to go now, but we got a little bit of an incident, and caution is out once more. Joey Duquette. Woof, woof, woof.
That is what you want to. It's not quite what you want to see if you're Blake Lothian, but Blake Lothian's been very strong off of those restarts, and it might.
Oh, it was Adamson on Duquette. Duquette went around, faced the wrong way. Brings out the yellow flag, and I'm allowed to take a little bit of a breather right now. There we go.
It made me out of breath talking that quick.
Hey, when you work at a racetrack, a horse racetrack, you know, this is what you do. And yes, I got that job, so. Whew. If you think some drivers' names are weird, you should see some of the horses on on Saturday nights.
What?
Daylight no tomorrow. Horse racing commentary.
Oh, you do that?
Yes, I got that job.
Oh. I have to have a horse. Oh man, horse racing.
My wife knows is currently my favorite horse.
They got weird names.
Yeah, my wife knows is my favorite one. And I'm just hoping they submit another horse that is my wife doesn't know.
That'd be funny.
My wife knows. My wife doesn't know. My wife does. My wife doesn't know. My wife doesn't know. My wife doesn't know. But we do have some questions for people interested in iRacing. Where do I buy this game? It's not on Amazon, Best Buy, or GameStop. Well, honestly, if you go to GameStop for a PC game, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you might.
You can get iRacing by our watermark in the bottom right hand corner at iRacing.com. It's PC only, so if you have a PS4, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, phone, Google Stadia, PS5, if you're one of those lucky people. But yeah, go to iRacing.com and you know, if it's your first ever subscription to iRacing, you will be getting 1 month free. And they have a great repertoire of free racing content. You just pay a $9 subscription. You know, it's just like Netflix, but instead of you binge watching movies, you're binge watching laps, either around circles or road courses, on all accurate, 100% accurate, and the most realistic simulator out there online on iRacing.com, all for $9.99 a month, and all on free tracks while you're still in your rookie license testing out the service. And you know, if you wanted to expand into real racing and all that other stuff, you could go all the way up to Formula One, and well, like me, dump $1,000 into this game and pretty much own all the content.
Yeah, same here. I own a lot of the content. There's a lot. There's so much.
Including Dirt Bristol.
Yeah, Dirt Bristol.
Well,
Newly released.
are you ready for green, white, checkered?
I am always ready for a green, white, checkered.
You don't sound excited enough. Are you ready for green, white,
ready
checkered?
For a green, white, checkered, Austin.
Now let me hear it from the people in the back. Green, white, checkered. Here at Bristol is green, green, green. And it's a great start.
Blake Lothian, huge lead again off the restart, going super early.
All right, man.
Coming to
And Gnoisky and Adamson, big hit. Mike Adamson buried into the wall by Ben Gnoisky.
Not the time, not. Oh, 3 wide.
Oh, Keith Bradley gets tapped by Adamson. Gnoisky just says, I saw that. I know what I'm paying back for you. And we're back under caution. So, last chance for a green, white, checkered.
Is there only 2 attempts?
I believe so. I'll let you decipher that one.
We'll figure it out.
Yep. But, yeah. That's Bristol, baby.
Yeah, Bristol.
Oh,
Coming
no.
towards the end of this.
What is Mike doing? I feel like Mike Adamson just came on and did a little bit of revenge. No. No. He did get bodied by Gnoisky. I must say that.
Yes.
Let's see it again. Because here's Keith Bradley. Gets turned by Adamson right into Brady LaBeouf, and then here's Gnoisky just bam. Well, if I was Keith Bradley, I'd be saying karma at that.
Yep.
All right. Back behind the pace car. Our beautiful Infinity pace car, you know. You know, I didn't really know Jeeps made sedans, but you know, this Jeep's looking all right.
Getting bump drafted by Blake Lothian. Thankfully, the car on this service is drive-through.
Yeah, you know, Nissan has been working on a collision-free car, and look, they made it work.
Hey, they're testing it out in iRacing. Clearly, it's working out pretty great.
Yeah, Subaru's also been working on something like that. They got a few bugs to work out, but hey, that's why you put on iRacing first.
Yep.
You know, but
First time I was on the service, I tried to turn the pace car and ended up in the wall.
You see, that's why you don't try to turn a Jaguar pace car like we have here on iRacing. It's kind of like the Mitsubishi iRacing pace car that we're seeing right now.
Yes, sir. But Blake Lothian sitting in a great position, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he is right behind our Dodge pace car. This joke is going on and on, by the way. I will never stop with it. But that's... What?
Lights
That
go off
Mazda
on
pace car.
Mazda.
The lights are out.
Blake Lothian strong on his restarts every single time. He can hold them off for 2 laps. It's going to be very stressful to watch, though.
As they're waiting for the Kia pace car to pull off and get ready, the Hyundai pace car is about to get ready to pull off. Lights are out. They go through 3 and 4. This joke has gone way too over, so we're going to go back to green, green, green.
Look at McKinnon. Huge restart on the outside there. Has the outside advantage.
Robert Richards, a big send down low. 2 laps to go. Caution is out, and that is the race for Blake Lothian taking the win.
Wow.
And here is what brought out that caution. 3 wide.
What? Oh,
Adamson again. Adamson's not upside down. Oh, no. This ain't a demolition derby, guys. I've already made that joke. What, Blake Lothian getting a few helpful bump drafts behind our generic iRacing sedan pace car. I've ran out of manufacturers. And the fireworks are going off here at Bristol.
That is the finish of the race. Top 3, Blake Lothian, Richards, and McKinnon. Giving McKinnon the playoff spot.
Yeah, McKinnon heads into the playoffs here. We'll get our official playoff grid to you next week, and we'll, you know, I'm going to try to...
Okay.
What are these guys doing? What are these guys doing? All right, well, you know, usually it's just we cover one driver burning it down. Well, I'm guessing everyone's burning it down. But Blake Lothian takes the win as he burns it down here in Bristol. That is one long 11. Here are our race results. Blake Lothian takes the win, followed by Robert Richards, Michael McKinnon, Stephen Thomas, Bradley Wilson, Zach Adams, Tyler Dimmer, Brady LaBeouf, Dan Hagan, Ben Godoyski, Jonathan Mutto, Joey Duquette, Keith Bradley, Mike Adamson, Tyler Daniels, Cody Knott, Brandon Bullock, and Dan Gallant in 18th place. I'm right behind him is Dale Avison, Stephen Gregory, Lance Miller, Eric Zimmerman, Jeff Sickles, Chris Cinnamon, and Taylor Peacock at the end of this 25-car grid as Blake Lothian is is about to be joining us right now. So let's bring in our third place driver. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael McKinnon as he secures his spot into the playoffs.
What is happening, boys?
It's all right. The Gladiator, the last great Coliseum got a little bit dirty, very smoky at the end. Glad we got this race over with. Y'all really wanted this race to go on forever.
Yeah, a little crazy there at the end. I thought we were doing pretty good. Long green flag run and
Green white checkers happened.
yeah, then the green white checkers. First thing I want to apologize to Bradley there. I didn't mean to get into him, to Keith. If I did, I couldn't tell. It didn't show up on my board, but yeah, I started off good, got that stage win, and then I got a penalty going into pits. I went around the commitment cone, so I had to go to the back and fight back through. But all in all, real good race from everybody. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I was looking at a very beautiful race. Stage 1 and 2, they had their little highs and lows. Halfway through the stage, there was a caution. But stage 3 just went on forever, and we were looking like we were about to have some green flag stops. But that was some crazy pack racing you were doing, trying to navigate a few of these lapped cars. How are you managing to do that?
I figured out something this week on saving the tires. I know in stage 2, I was able to dive low and actually make passes, which is hard to do here, but I was able to keep the drive off, and pretty much the whole time it worked well for me. I just, congratulations to Blake. He did great. I'd have loved to have been up there the whole day with him, but then Robbie doing a great job, all of us doing great. So I want to thank you guys, and Mission 1 Esports right here. We had a good day going, and I kind of ruined it for Keith, but I had to get myself in. So I appreciate it.
We'll be seeing you next time in the finale next week. Thank you, Michael. You have yourself a good afternoon. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
Once again, all these guys for showing up, all the friends, family, and people that watch, and all the guys that just make this league, great. You guys, the announcing, the everything, the quality of it, the quality of the racing. It's just fantastic. So you guys have a good night.
All right, you too, Michael, as let's bring over to Robert Richards, who is standing by with Peyton Hill.
Hey, Robert, how you doing?
Doing good. I'm about tired of finishing second, though.
Oh, man, I bet. But to be up there and be consistent, that is definitely key, especially when it comes to tracks like this. Did you have a strategy going into this race, or was it just go after it?
I was just more going after it. I love short track racing, man, and I just try to save tires, but got cautious at the wrong time to where it really didn't make a difference if you saved them or not. But did what we could and came up a little short.
Yeah, I saw that Blake Lothian, he was putting up a fight towards the end there, but you held on to it. If it wasn't for those green white checkers, you definitely would have had a shot there. You put up a fight the whole race, and it looked like you handled it very well. But those lap traffic, what do you have anything to say about the lap traffic? I know it gets tough, but how tough really was it?
Yeah, I know Bristol. It's pretty. It's a short track. I feel like lap cars. They know that they're not going to be able to compete, at least with us coming around them. And I feel like they could probably got to the bottom and let's get around them or something. There's one incident where one guy was holding me and Michael up, and I just kind of moved him. He didn't like it too much, but I had to get over it.
Yeah, that's definitely the hardest part when it comes to short track racing. But all these cars have bumpers for a reason, and definitely look like you needed to use it there. So before I let you go, is there anyone you want to thank?
I think you guys at Racecraft TV, everybody at Michael Buchanan, Keith Bradley, Dale, Steven, all them guys, we all work together. I believe we all would have finished pretty decent, but Keith got in some trouble. Shame that we couldn't finish this thing under green, with all the green flag laps that we did run. Go next week and hopefully we can get the win.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys next week. I'll see you next week. And standing by with Austin Knight is Blake Lothian.
Yeah, Blake, you were up front for nearly the entire. I'm going to be honest. I do not remember a time where you were not up front this entire race. You were always within the top 5. How was it here?
It was definitely a great race for us. The goal going in was just try to run in that top 5. Once we qualified in 4th, it was just stay up front, just try to be up there throughout the pit stops, the pit cycle. We had to try to stay up front, never lose sight of those leaders.
Well, you definitely checked off everything you need to do with that goal as you take the win here, the last great Coliseum. You had a little bit of a few lucky run-ins with a few lapped cars, but you managed to keep your Toyota Tundra very clean, and well, you managed to bring that Texas Law Book 59 up into victory lane.
Oh yeah, it's always great to get a win, but I mean, this is my first win in the series, so I mean, that's really special to me. Definitely have to thank Texas Law Book. You guys, Racecraft TV, you guys always put on a great show. Venture Wipes, Post ABC Kids, hoping to bring this momentum into the playoffs.
And we're gladly going to be seeing you represent up there in the playoffs. Thank you, Blake, and thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Racecraft TV as we look at our beautiful track right now. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on the Triple M Pulling Truck Series here at Bristol Motor Speedway on Racecraft TV. I'm Austin Knight. I've been joined by Peyton Hill, and I hope y'all have a good night. This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.